Said nothing is fresh is the best is. Whoever than himself, he the best is. Impressive. I ain't rhyming any beat like I was back in 96. The beat he in the streets, earbuds. Fuck the beats and be cursing like a sailor. I so out, he be writing grander. For those they give you. Remember the Titans have blood like Perseus. Uncle Tom was like a white man. Stay about his money, let me in the ear like he's Tyson. And I hear he laid back, got his feet up when he rap, making the traffic stand still. They freeze when he say action. Small fraction might walk away simply cause of distraction. I'm always getting back. I think it's cause I'm so attractive. The attractions in my trapping. They're over to the masters on my Oscar de la Renta dough. Get with the classics. It's on your downfall. Make a beat to go and match it. I take a seat and relax. Scratch the beat and keep rapping.
Different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah.
A chef on the glass, walk on the plate, show my ass. Got the skills to pay the bills, but expensive taste make waste haste to your face. And baby, take this crème fresh to your face. Whoa, not like that, gotta make sure it's seasoned right. You ever served 160 within a 300? See humanity testing your sanity. After you were dropping a hole, no like, no more fight. But that get that time, we must do the crime. After 12, we feel one. Say stories to tell about going through hell. How you almost fell, how you messed up that VIP's Cornell. This life in the kids, so you got a quick glimpse of what it means to hustle, bustle through our eye muscle. It's crazy, it's crazy. This profession's not for the lazy, cause it's a
different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can decide, you can take care. Hey, just remember that you and
It's a different world, man, I'm on some different shit. 250 nowadays for a pair of kicks. I remember when James was like $130, but the rock what I got in my stock, you're unworthy. Foam posits on my feet, never laced up. Foam posits on my feet with the fresh cut. Cargoes with the dope t-shirt to match. Wait a minute, hold on, let me check the back of the trunk. Pull them sixes out, feeling like Brian and Dwayne, feeling fresh in this game like a champ. Got them Jeremy Scotts on their feet with the wings. I'm fly above means, above all, just to get fresh like I get in these kicks. You gotta stand in line overnight, wait for these shits camp out. Had these for 3 weeks before they even came out. It's a
different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can decide, you can take care. Hey, just remember that you and it's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Than where you come from. Ooh, than where you come from.
Legislators in defeating the Nunez plan in the basement said, quote, "We already have a nigger mayor and we don't."
we gonna get the chop in this fable today, boy. Woo! How y'all doing today? Let's just get it out the way before I mess it up, because I'm sure I'm gonna start talking and I'm gonna forget. Y'all know I always do this. That what it look like outside in Atlanta today. It's still sunny. But yes, folks. Biden don't like himself some nigga mayors. That's right. That was back in 1985, but it's still reminiscent today. And I say that because right now Biden and his people do not, I repeat, they do not have a lot of time left. They're sending the flunkies outside, folks. Oh, the flunkies. They are trying to derail reparations talk. FBAs were trending. Tariq trended. Oh, it's been a hell of a week, folks. But I'm glad y'all here with me, because we're gonna chop it all up and get to righting the ship. But let's begin. Let's see who's in the chat before I start. So I have Tim Samore in the building. Very good. Quasi Black Star. Very good. I've got One Who Cares. Salute. And 25 Kid. B1 to everybody in the room. So let's get to chopping these fables. Folk, like I said, it's been a hell of a week. Y'all saw the title, Black and White Politics. Now, we have a little bit of sad, unfortunate news to share with you before we start. Folk, let's share the screen. Let's just get this out the way because this person will be part of the subject matter tonight, but not the person who I'm going to talk about. This is a by proxy. Folk, Donald Trump's ex-wife passed away today at the tender age of 73. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm done. Let's get to chopping these fables. And yes, it did not dawn on me or lost on me that ADOS is trending. Says a lot because FBAs, Reparations, and Tariq were trending yesterday, and then all of a sudden Twitter goes haywire for about 12 hours. Now ADOS is trending. Not lost on me, but I'm not going to touch ADOS today. Not going to touch him today. But let's get to chopping these fables. So again, the title, Black and White Politics. Hashtag Uncle Luke, hashtag Donald Trump, hashtag Twitter, hashtag reparations. Reparations is the hot button topic on the agenda with the B1s, the FBAs, the freedmen, ADOS to a certain extent. We can call them that. You can call them that. I'm not qualified to call them that because I am non-FBA and I'm non-ADOS and I'm not a freedman. Apparently, my people still have a colonizer's mindset. So yeah, y'all can call them that all you want. But folks, the first hashtag in my title, Uncle Luke. I call him Uncle Puke. He is of Caribbean descent, a sort of quasi-legend in the hip-hop game. But now he fancies himself a political commentator and a political strategist, political Twitter space talker, whatever the hell you want to call it. He's been making the rounds. I had done a video on roly-poly Uncle Roro. He was up in one of his Twitter spaces on Sunday talking about voting, and I had to pack up Roland on that because he's a dumbass. He don't know what he's talking about. This was the same fool who said they're going to flip Louisiana blue. Enough said. But if y'all were in that Twitter space yesterday, Uncle Luke held another Twitter space. They kicked Tariq out. Of course they did. After he was giving this guy this infinite work, he kicked Tariq out, and Tariq subsequently did his own space, got more people in there. So you know how that goes. But folks, there's something in that Twitter space that I recorded yesterday because Uncle Luke dare not record his Twitter spaces yesterday. Dare not. But we're New Black Media. We recorded for him. We should charge him, but we're not. He said something out of line in there, folks. I have the clip. I need y'all to hear this, and then I'm going to come back with my commentary because we got to chop this up. But let's begin. Roll clip.
Call us for who we are and what we do. Call me for who I am. Luther Campbell. Look at my track record. All right. Let's go, Brother Steve. You up?
Wait, real fast. Because we have. I'm not all right. So there's something you need to know, and I didn't get a chance to tell you about it, and I texted you earlier. There appear to be 3 separate groups: FBA, Freedmen, and ADOS. There might be others because that's how these things move. Let me tell you now. Tariq Nasheed, from my perspective, and I want y'all to tell him and bring him back in here, sat here and lied and had a very pleasant conversation. He's the leader of FBA. You got FBA people calling ICE on innocent black immigrants because they're black immigrants, not because they did anything wrong. They're threatening folks. Dude, he came up here and talked to you peacefully, but he was talking war on his YouTube. He came up here, he talked to you peacefully, but he was talking war on his Twitter. And if you look at his Twitter, that's all it is. And that's why he's got some of these brothers and sisters radicalized. So moving forward, we're going to do one pro, one of those three groups, one person who might have something to say on the other side, because I don't want it to get out of hand. The other point I want everybody to know is this. If you are FBA, claim it. If you're not, identify what organization you are and who your leader is. Because that's another problem we got. Nobody wants to be responsible for this FBA foolishness, but I swear to God, we just had FBA Jesus right up in here. So
don't call it foolish. Let's not call nobody foolishness. Let's let people talk.
I will let everybody give their opinions, but if you don't represent FBA, that's fine. Tell me who y'all spokesperson is, right? So because they're delineating with it amongst each other, and I think it's fair that if you're delineating, I need to know who your spokesperson is.
Right. And let me tell you, people, everybody in the room, I don't have no problem with having a conversation, but at some point when it becomes outside of outside of what I'm on, when it gets, I mean, look, I respect if somebody, if you feel like ain't nobody gonna come help you, if some black people next door you ain't gonna come help you when your house is burning down. Oh, okay. If you feel that way, then that's when the conversation got to go for me, because I'm gonna remind you I ain't living like that, and so don't call me that. That I ain't living like that, and the people who I know and the people who I associate, we don't get down like that, because the people who I associate, we help, including my brother Steve on here, including Nikki on here. We get our ass in the trenches, and we ain't asking for no passport. And that's what we on. So now I do understand that there are people who ain't trying to help. I do get that. I get people trying to stop people from doing what they try to stop me from doing what I try to do on a daily basis when it's serving my community. So I get that. I understand that. But I'm not getting ready to throw a whole group of people in the garbage because, okay, yeah, I'm trying to get some policy change, and one Cuban guy sitting on the dais, he got a problem with what we're trying to do, and another Cuban guy. I'm not going to throw the whole Cuban community in the garbage because one Cuban guy that's sitting on the dais and he's saying, oh, no, we don't want this to get done. No, that's him. That's him. He represents a certain set of people. And at some point, I'm going to go to his people and say, y'all need to get that motherfucker out of there. I'm not gonna throw all Cuban people under the bus, because if I do that, that's ignorant. And so we can get on here with all this eloquent stuff, and oh yeah, brother this and brother that. No, I'm not signing on to that, because
Y'all remember that old rap song that they used to play at house parties in the club? I might get in trouble for singing this. I hope I don't get dinged for copyright, but I think it goes like this. There's some coons in the house. 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 Man, I know y'all heard that 4.5 minute clip. Folk, what the hell? See, that's what I'm talking about. I understand why y'all keep saying y'all need to figure out who's who, and you guys got to circle your wagons. I get it now. Luther Campbell, sir, first off, you were drunk. And other people had said this. You were drunk, sir. It's not, you should not be drinking that early in the beginning of the week. Don't do that, sir. But you sat there and talked about some Cubans. Okay. Thank you for the volcano. Hey, give me the line one time. Give me the line one time. Give me line one. Check. Go watch a volcano. Leave me alone. Anyway, Luther Campbell, you talking about Cubans. Cubans. You're in a room full of black folks talking about Cubans, not Afro-Cubans. You're talking about Cubans. We're talking about light-skinned Cubans because that's who dominates Miami. You know better, sir. North Miami is in shambles right now. You're talking about Cubans. You're talking about Cubans. I'm not going to disparage Cubans because whatever the hell you said. Because they're different. That's how I took it. You want to not disparage them because they're different. We get disparaged every day because we're different. But you want to go help some Cubans. Cubans. They found him a good buck dancer. I tell you that. They damn sure did. I mean, give me the line one time.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard, man.
He went and did it. He went full retard, but I'm gonna leave him alone because I want to get on this Stephen Hunter Johnson asshole over here looking like Drew. All my basketball people, y'all know who I'm about to say. Drew Gooden. Yeah, we remember Drew Gooden. He was a big man. He was all right. Played with LeBron and them. He was all right. This nigga looked like Drew Gooden and Fat Joe did the fusion dance from DBZ. That's what he looked like. Folk, I just put something on the screen. Now, this is off Luther Campbell's. This is off one of his threads. So he said, black people, tune in. You want to hear some ignorant Negroes, you have to tune into this. These people believe Jamaican Bohemians are the reason they can't get reparation. Hashtag Freeman, hashtag politics. So he's taking shots at the freedmen. Okay. Now, he did that because Marcel was in the room. Marcel started giving him that work. But this Stephen Hunter Johnson asshole kept cutting him off. Jaquez Sherrod, salute. Aboriginal woman, salute. Jaquez, you'll love this. So the subject now that I'm talking about, this Stephen Hunter Johnson asshole goes and tags Big Tigger, who was also a coon. Said, got them famous. Now they're in a rush to delineate from each other. What? See, this is what I mean. You assholes sit here on these Twitter spaces, get no traction. None. People don't know you. You jump in a Twitter space with somebody with a blue check and Tariq's up in there, and you get a couple minutes of fame because you sit there and argue with Tariq, playing word salad games and all this. Sir, you know better as well. I'm going to prove to you that you know better. Sir, here's your Twitter page. Not even going to focus on your cover photo. I don't go in on kids unless they do something stupid. And this other Negro right here, this Carice Thompson, he's another one. He be buck dancing. But I'm still doing some research on him. Going to leave him alone. But you said you are the past president of 100 Black Men of South Florida and the past chair of the Miami-Dade Black Affairs Advisory Board. So you've been in the trenches. You understand what black people need in Miami and South Florida. But you sit in a Twitter space lying to people, cutting people off. And what was egregious? What was egregious? If y'all heard Tariq on that stage, this asshole said, that Marcel lost despite having the second biggest budget in his election. He had the least amount of votes. But he clowned Tariq for talking about reparations, but said that that's not an important topic with the people. It's not one of their core values and their core bullet points when it comes to electing officials. Sir, number one, because this proves that you don't listen to us in the new black media. You probably listen to Roland every time he uploads something, even though it's the same damn show you just listened to 10 minutes beforehand. Sir, Marcel did his campaign in 6 months. You know, let me show the folk. That's the number 6. But you're kind of a white supremacist yourself, so we got to do this so you'll understand. You put it together, that's 6. And if my daughter was out here, I'd have her count the fingers, because obviously you don't understand how shit works. The fact that this man not only got the black grassroots to co-sign him, new black media to co-sign him, he knows how the hell hard it was to get Jason Black to even consider this man. Broke bread with Tariq. Got a goddamn 30-second ad at the NBA Finals, which is prime time real estate. And he did damage. Not only that, but in his district, where he lives, because he's there every day, got the people talking about reparations and changing what's going on out there, including white folk. But that escaped your purview because you sit on Twitter all day waiting for Uncle Luke to open up a space so you can go in there and act like a punk who doesn't know anything. And I want somebody to cut this up and send it to him, because I know he won't come over here and talk to me, because this is my platform. You get to start yelling when I'm talking, I cut you out. I don't play these games. This shit is serious. But the second point, Tariq has been talking about reparations for a decade. It's documented. You would be wise, sir, if you're going to be talking in these spaces, do research on the people that you're talking about. You not doing your research and then running, talking about, oh, they're rushing to delineate. Fool, they've been delineating since the 70s. Since the 80s, when they figured out that, hey, most of these immigrant people are not with us, so we're going to have to slowly start backing away. See, it's accelerated now, so you guys think that they just started doing this. No, sir, I've been seeing this myself since the 90s. Hell, you want a clearer example? There's an episode of Sanford and Son that y'all can look up. Fred Sanford dissed West Indian people in the episode Rated X. Look that up. I believe it's on, I want to say, is it Prime? It might be Prime. You might be able to see it on Prime, but don't hold me to that. But I'm sure you can find the clip on YouTube. He basically dissed West Indians in there. So we've been known to not, most of us, not want to break bread with black folks that are established in America. But you want to tell these people who were in the room that reparations isn't a big topic, yet you can look at what happened yesterday when reparations was trending. Tariq was trending. But it doesn't work. Hell, today, you see on the screen, ADOS is trending. FBA was trending yesterday before Twitter did their purge bullshit. But you're right, sir. It doesn't work. That's not the discussion. That's not what people want. You're right, sir.
you're right. Because of course, reparations isn't what people care for yet. Every year they talk about HR 40. You had the buck dancing CBC going to their cities, championing the talk of Evanston, Illinois, getting reparations, because that's what they called it. They called it reparations. Oakland giving out free checks. Shall we keep going? LA is about to start doing it. New York is thinking about doing it. Jersey's looking at it right now. Atlanta is paying off baby mamas down here. But reparations isn't core value of what black folks need. This fool said safety and all that. So these people are sitting there thinking that instead of resources, let's champion needs. Let me explain this to these idiots here, Uncle Puke and this Stephen Hunter Johnson individual. Yes, black people want safety, they want economic growth, and they want to be able to lead a productive life. That's great. We still need resources to pull that off. How the hell am I going to get to work if I don't have a car? A car is a resource. It's not a need because there's other ways for me to get to work. But that's a resource that I can count on. Yes, we talk about safety in the black community. Yes. But y'all tell us we need to defund the police instead of saying, hey, we need the resources to reinforce and make our communities better. And like I always say, let's talk about restart neighborhood watches like they used to do back in the day. Everybody watches out for everybody. Not on no hate shit. Y'all want to talk about what black people need, but you won't go sit up there and tell black people the solution to go get it. Beatzilla PDX, what is up? Jaquez Shiraz said, I live 30 minutes away from Miami and never heard of this dude. I never heard of him until I got into Uncle Luke's space, and then I figured he was just another coon that they bought off. Because it's just ironic now he shows up 6 months before November. And then I look down his timeline and I got people following what he's saying and championing what he's saying, not realizing that as you do that, you're making yourself attached to that man. So technically you're a tether to this man. And as a tether, now you look like a traitor. Which brings me into my last point. Once again, now Beazilla's in the room. He does content. I do content. Other people do content in new black media. We have consistently told you, just like Tariq's told you, just like Jason Black's told you, just like Professor Black Truth's told you. FBA is not a group. It is a lineage. Y'all running around saying Tariq is a cult leader. Y'all are comparing this man to Jim Jones. Y'all need to really consider what you're doing. Because if that's the case, what's going to end up happening is y'all going to make Uncle Luke that y'all version of Tariq. Because what's to stop B1 Society from going to Uncle Luke saying that every time he puts up these Twitter spaces, he's holding cult meetings? Would y'all like to go there? Because I'm a dick. I will do it. I don't care if he blocks me at this point. I could care less. I don't even follow him. Would y'all like the next Twitter space that he opens up, me get on that stage and say, hey, I think even though you're talking to these people and you sound like you're making some sort of sense, I think you're trying to create a cult here, an anti-FBA cult. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see how far that'll go over. Tariq has told y'all in the past, I am not the leader of FBA. He doesn't want that responsibility because he understands what comes with it. Jason Black is not the leader of FBA. He's not the leader of B1. FBA is a lineage. B1 is a code. The code has no leader. We follow the code. Black empowerment. And all these bootlicks sitting around here, they don't want black empowerment because they know what's going to happen with black empowerment. Once you have black empowerment, you have something called accountability. Black folks get their reparations. Sorry. Black people who are descendants of American slavery get their reparations. They get to decide how they spend their money. They get to decide how the money gets doled out. They decide who gets the benefit from it. And y'all are going to be salty because your track records and your paperwork do not give you that advantage. You will not be able to get in those circles anymore. You will not be able to talk down on FBA and the freedmen because now they'll come back with their own media, which will be hopefully as strong as this legacy media, and they will buck narratives that people will listen to. And as much as y'all run to CNN trying to tell them that, no, you know, FBAs, they're cold, Tariq Nasheed is a fraud, all he do is scam and pimp out chicks on Washington. And you know, this faceless Jason Black, he's indoctrinating all these young kids out here. So now they're all talking about him, talking about cut the check and all this. And that's divisive. And you know, we don't need the next generation of children learning this. I dare y'all to go to Jews and say that. I dare y'all. Go tell them Jews when they say, listen, we need some money. You be like, nah, you can't do that. That's divisive. Go ahead and tell them that. See what happens to you. FBA, I get it. Y'all got to tell it. Y'all, I understand. And I keep telling people at a certain point, y'all going to break. And when y'all break, I'm going in the house. I ain't coming out for about 2 weeks. I want to say about 2 months. Because I don't want that fallout. Because I know how y'all are. Y'all going to force people to, what's the word? To recognize their cooning. And y'all will make them do this. Y'all be throwing dollars at these coons, making them dance. I don't get it, folks. I don't get it. If you know nothing of this subject, shut up. Shout out to Sincere Love to God. He said it a few months ago when I interviewed him. Black people are scared of power. Black people are scared of change. It's not that difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It's really not. But let's continue, folks. Let's continue. Like I said, it's been a very tumultuous week online. Some people got run off the block. Some people decided to show their ass. I could talk about Tiara Mack. That's too damn easy. Way too easy. That wouldn't even, I wouldn't even break a sweat during that video. But we got to talk about this, folks. We got to talk about this. This Kiara Jeffries, whatever the fudge sickle her name is.
But before I do, I just want
we got to talk about her.
Clear one thing. Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning. So we can't talk about it
because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies.
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get pregnant.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this? Where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Ms. Matsky, let me ask you something.
Yeah. She said that, folks. Whole bunch of crap. Women have the capacity to give birth, and non-women have the capacity to give birth. Yeah. Okay. Number one, when you see the nose ring, you already know. Mark of the beast. But we're not going to get into that because YouTube will ding me. But, of course, she says that, goes viral. Everybody has their opinion. And everybody decides to go on her page and down the pages and kiss her ass. So let's go see who said what because they were kissing her ass. I got to go back. Sorry. Damn. And y'all saw all my DMs. My fault. I'm sorry. Her name is Kiara Bridges. But yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Damn. They have a Kiara Bridges is crazy. There was a whole line of people, blue checks, praising her for handling Josh Hawley, the Republican out of Missouri. Handle him for what? Why do y'all want men to be pregnant so bad? This is effing crazy. This woman isn't some internet activist. Kiara Bridges, a law professor at UC Berkeley. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's see. Somebody said that they need to, that she's a crackpot. Call law professor Kiara Bridges. She may be able to provide actual documentation. You have been having your period since you turned 10. You crazy kid. All right, that's in response to somebody. Black man, Leo Terrell. Oh, Leo Terrell, another one of the MAGA people. Attention UC Berkeley, how the hell can you allow Kiara Bridges to teach law students? She's absolutely crazy. A lot of white people are getting in her face. But this is just indicative, folks, and I don't care who likes it. Film, animation, art, salute. I don't care who gets mad at me for what I'm about to say, but we all see this for what it is. This is just a blatant attempt at people trying to be seen. Folks, I've said this before. I'll say it again. To hell with the white LGBT, because number one, you're allowing this and other situations to be your platform, which means you're going to piss everybody off. Because number one, in this era now of everybody being more aware of white supremacy, even though they don't want to say it out loud, you're going to be one of the big focal points of why people hate white supremacy. And if, as y'all remember, I did the chart, the white supremacy chart. Folks, the simple fact that you let this woman go out here, because I know y'all paying her to go out here and say that, but the fact that y'all and the far left let her go all the way to Congress and say this is just a testament that y'all just don't care at this point. And also that y'all don't care at this point, you know your time is ending. See, what y'all fail to forget is, y'all didn't fail to forget. Y'all understand. Y'all's Trump loved y'all. He gave y'all all the rights you wanted. He didn't knock y'all. The worst thing he did was says transgender people cannot go to the military and get the surgery off of his dime and the military dime. That's all he did. Y'all got upset. Now here we are 3 years later, y'all talking about how if I transition, I can go give birth. I can have a period. Why in the hell would I want that? I just read a story yesterday. Transgender went right back to their born gender after 10 years. White person too. I saw a stat the other day. I think it was 70 or 80% of those who transitioned back. But you want us to take you serious as a black woman going to Congress in front of a white man, which I'm sure y'all gonna label a racist anyway, telling him that not only can women get pregnant, but transsexual women can get pregnant, which are men. That's what you're trying to tell us. And then you got your asshole brigade following you, telling you did a great job. And I should have just duplicated the tab. But when I went down that line, it was nothing but companies and white women with blue checks. Because you know damn well black women are not co-signing this. Just like black women do not co-sign Tiara Mack. Only the ratchets do. This is why I said a month or two ago, black women, y'all got to have this summit and y'all got to, I'll use Steven's favorite word now, delineate. Y'all have to get away from these chicks because these chicks are representing you. Gotta wake up, folks. It's no secret they're doing this 4 months before the election. It's not a secret. They need to establish the lines. They know black men ain't going for this. Black men are going to go out and vote, and they're going to go hard with this vote. They're going to be kicking Democrats' ass. They need to wash our vote. They're going to try to zombify black women. Gaslight them. The abortion thing, gaslight. That Crown Act, gaslight. This stuff now, gaslight. Y'all need to wake up and realize you're being targeted. And if you stay and don't follow that, you're in good shape. We will build with y'all. I told y'all, black women, show us the effort. We will knock down buildings like the Juggernaut for y'all. But if y'all don't meet us halfway, we're going to assume that you co-signed this.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
I hope y'all not co-signing command me. But I need y'all to come outside and say it. En masse. I need to see all the natural hair. I need to see this. But folks, let's have some fun. I got to really get a video for this. This is my segment where I go on Twitter and find videos and let us laugh and have conversations. So, let's begin. First, let me get this. Well, I'll just delete it. But yeah, let me show you this, folks. Now, this is a thread called Black Women in Farming, something I typed in on Twitter. Because we know how important eating healthy for black folks are. Eating for black folks is. Black women-owned farm in Houston. Ivy Leaf Farms is dedicated to neighborhood beautification while creating sustainable, healthy food for the community. They also have a mobile market that will provide groceries to community members with a lack of transportation. That's beautiful. She got a nice tractor. That is a big old cucumber. God, dog. She got some baby cubes and a tomato. And yeah, she's making transactions. That's a beautiful thing, ain't it, folks? Let's give these sisters their flowers. And you know what? I might interview her. I will do some research later, see if I could interview her, bring her on Blood on Black. Let's get that out there. But, folks, I bring up black women in farming. There's more. Let's see some more before I get into this. Some more. Pumpkin Patch in Houston. I think it's the same chick. Yeah, it's the same girl. Let's see. Ray Lee, the manager of a family-owned black farm called Moody in Stellenbosch. I don't know where the hell that is, but okay. Wait, let me see. It says .com, so it has to be in the States. All right, say less. Here's another Fresh Future Farm in Charleston, South Carolina. I wonder if Marcel knows about that. But see, there's a nice thread of farm. I'm going to get to you soon. Mr. Talib Kweli. I'm getting to you soon, sir. You're cooning ass. But, folks, I brought up that black women farms thing for a reason. We all saw this video, I'm sure. The hell with it. Let's just play it. Now, for those on the audio, I'm playing a video where a black woman is with this white man on their farm, I guess. I guess they're married or they're in love, whatever. And they're going about their somewhat TikTok daily life, showing them how they are on the farm. But yeah, it's giving us divester bedwench vibes, but let's just play it. I'm addicted, like DJ Love, addicted. I'm addicted, I'm addicted. Yeah. So the caption read, when a white man marries a city girl. Yeah. You felt as though you needed to put that on TikTok. You felt as though you need to show the entire world that you got with a white man in the country and you're on the farm and you're twerking. Didn't even make you say, hey, let me show y'all how I till the fields. You know what? That probably would be considered racist. So I can understand why you didn't do that. And, you know, it does give kind of a plantation vibe, but Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Never go full retard. Black women, y'all gotta stop doing that. I'm talking about the divestors. Y'all gotta really stop doing that. Y'all look crazy out here. I get why y'all are doing it though. You guys do not have any stroke right now. Y'all are worthless. We cut that bow tie a while ago. We cut it so much now we're dealing with the international divestors. The divestors that have black American lineage are irrelevant. We're dealing with the international bedwench. I need that war, sir. Ma'ams, I need that war. I need the quote unquote black American divester versus the international divester. I need that war. I need y'all to cancel each other out. That's what I need. I need to see bad wigs and mayonnaise all over the place. And aioli. And aioli. But yes, I said I was getting to Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli. Another Caribbean man who decided to run his mouth one more again. Because apparently rappers think they are the cultural standard to subjects. So he said, when you join a social media platform, you agree to a terms of service that clearly states they reserve the right to kick you off if they decide you violated that term of service. You have never had a say in it. Maybe read those terms of service better and stop crying about losing a right you were never owed. It's arrogant and stupid as F of you to act like the First Amendment means you can say anything you want on a social media platform you did not create and do not own. Seriously, stop crying about this and go fight for actual victims of oppression. Racists getting booted from Facebook are not victims of oppression. Cut that dumb ish out. The First Amendment does not mean you can walk into a stranger's house and say whatever you want. Okay. Now, I said all this, folks. Yes, he did. I don't know what he was talking about. But, yeah. Was this not the same man who back in 2015... Jermaine, hey, what's up? What's up? Shout out to Unplug Free Your Mind. Go over there and support those brothers and sister who are putting in the work. But folks, again, oh Lord, hold on one second. Hang on one second, folks. 1 second. Okay, she might be fine. Okay. Now, Talib Kweli said all this, right? Y'all heard what I just read. Well, Talib Kweli, I am Kid Gravity. I do research here. I have a question, sir. I just have one. You know, I know I need something answered for me and the black folk. You said that whole thing. You said that you know you're bound by the terms of service that someone who created a platform creates, right? You said this. That's legally you're correct. We are bound by these social media terms of service, and we can't go in there and say whatever we want because the terms of service we might be violating. Sir, did you or did you not 7 years ago. Call out Instagram. Did you do that, sir? Talib Kweli calls out Instagram for deleting his anti-racism post. Talib Kweli spoke out after Instagram removed an anti-racism post he shared, alleging that it violated their community guidelines. Sir, you violated their community guidelines. What did Jermaine say? Talib is one of those celebrities that straddle the line. Can't take him seriously on certain issues. Dude, I have something that y'all will be finished with this man. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. But yes, Talib Kweli called out on Instagram because they took down a post saying it violated their community guidelines. But sir, you were the same one who was okay with them taking down posts because they might violate terms of service. So what's the problem? He said at Instagram should explain how this pic caption, aka states' rights violates community guidelines. Well, they took it, sir. They don't care. You violated their terms of service, their community guidelines. You did that. So, yes, they had a right to do that. Now here you are 7 years later telling other people that they shouldn't do that. You must have got your Negro wake-up call. Sucks for you. You can't take these fools seriously. But yes, folks, that's not all. Talib Kweli also decided to run his mouth. Now, for those who don't know, he's been banned off Twitter because he got into it with a woman. And he had choice words for her. Choice words. We're not going to get into that. I am trying to find this. I'm trying to find... It was something he said about transgenders. I'm trying to find it. Maybe it's on Twitter. But yes, he said something about transgenders that I want y'all to see. Let me see if I could find it. I hope they still have it because I know it was very charged, and I know Twitter has a... Damn, they might have taken it down already. Shit. Oh, here it is. Shout out to Nice Tea Girl with sincere the love God. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mama. Go ahead and go over to their platform as well and subscribe if you haven't already. Folks, Tabernacle. Bam. Wrong screen. I fucked up. Wrong screen. Love his music and Blackstrap, but he's not on code. He was never on code. 25 Kid. He was never on code. Just like Jermaine said, he's a fence straddler. He was never on code. I remember when he was beefing with Sotomayor. He wasn't on code. Sotomayor exposed him. When you let a coon expose you, that shows you weren't on code. Here we go. Tabernacle. Nice Tea Girl took the screenshot. Shout out to her. Let us zoom it in a little bit. And then we move down a little bit because we need everyone to see everything that this coon said. Now, mind you, he has Caribbean roots. So LGBT should not even be in his lexicon like that. And he's an old head. So he's with the old rules. But he said this to Woke Melanaire. A birth giver may be trans, masculine, and have a uterus, Some people are non-binary and neither identify as male nor female. They may identify as having no gender, as having two or more genders, as being third or other gender, or as moving fluidly among genders, etc. Birth givers may be intersex people who do not identify as women. Intersex people are born with variations in sex characteristics, including chromosomes, gonads, sex hormones, or genitals that do not fit the typical definition for male or female bodies. Some birth givers may identify as women but may not want to be called mothers. What? Negro, what? I hope that check was bountiful and it was plentiful, because Negro, I am about to delete every song that you are featured in on my phone's playlist. Nigga, what are you talking about? You gave every bullshit far left word, and I still don't know what you're talking about. You sound like a white feminist, sir. Birth giver? Go call your mama a birth giver, see what happens to you. Go call any of your aunties that, if you have sisters. You were the same one that got banned off of Instagram. Was it Instagram? Sorry, Twitter. Going in on black women. Now they're birth givers, according to you. Birth giver. Birth giver. He is bad. He is buck broken. Birth giver. Some birth givers may identify as women but not want to be called mothers. They're called motherless women, you idiot. The hell is wrong? I don't get these fools. I really don't. They out here just saying anything. Nigga, what out? I need to know what album you coming out with. You got to be doing this for a new album. There it is. Oh, wait, that's 2018. Let's see. You got to be coming out with a new album somewhere. 2020. Okay, so you had one 2 years ago. There it is. So Black Star is getting back together. So you're trying to drum up buzz over it. Now, last I checked, I don't think Mos Def goes for that stuff. So I hope you don't bring that to the album. Why don't you do a song called Birth Giver? Go ahead. Film Animation Arts said, dun, 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 this is why we shouldn't let celebrities like him or Uncle Luke speak or be our representatives for the black community. Well, we're trying to clean that up. Black Star just dropped the album. Okay, so they probably just dropped it because this was April 8th. Okay, so it probably did drop. I'm still not going to download it, so it is what it is. But why would you say this, sir? Why? Why would you go on your Instagram and write that? You know what? Who wants to play the game? Let's play the game. Let's see if he left it up. Because I know usually when they say something like this and they get ratioed to hell or people go in on them, usually they'll take it down. Let's see if he took it down. So are you praising Dave Chappelle? Okay. So you're kissing his ass. All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You talk to Karen Bass. Oh, Lord. Okay. I don't even know when this was. Let me see. Damn. Where is it? Where is it? You know what? Let's do it like this. Birth giver. I'm sure somebody picked it up. He probably took it down. He might have taken it down. All right. Bless him. He was smart. Let's see. Oh, Luminary. Yeah, I know about Luminary. I'm good on that. Macy Gray album's coming. That's why she apologized. Says women are reviving. She's got a house called White Supremacist album at Mafia. Macy Gray, y'all notice I didn't do a video on that because I knew that was coming. I knew that she was gonna backtrack. That's why I didn't do the video on her. I got burned with Nicki Minaj, and I said I'm gonna wait to see if these people are really about that life or somebody's gonna call them up on the phone and tell them, "Hey, you better take that down." She actually, I said 2 days that she would relent, and I think she did it in 24 hours. So, shout out to Macy Gray, whatever. Okay, very good. Come give me the line one time.
Check.
All right, very good. Now go do whatever you was doing. Okay, very good. You got to cut on your Band-Aid later. Bye, please. Bye. Bye. Uh-huh. Right. Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, God. Kids. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Bedroom, please. That was my kid. Always finds a way to show up on the show. Jermaine said, money over morals. Yeah. Well, you got to understand, a lot of us aren't consuming this content like we used to because we are checking paperwork and we're actually listening to what you guys say now. And if we don't like what you're saying, we're not going to support you. So that's how we've been running it. But anyway, before I go, folks, y'all saw the second hashtag I have in the title, Black and White Politics, Donald Trump. Now, when I started the show, I talked about how his ex-wife passed away today. But we all know what's coming, folks, besides the midterms. Folk, Donald Trump I'm thinking is going to run again. Yes, paperwork check 24/7. But I have to put on the chat overlay for this last segment because I need people who watch this back to see after what I say, y'all are going to understand the way I think. Now, like I said, Donald Trump, I have a sneaking suspicion that he is going to run again in 2024 because this man does not like losing and he does not like to say, I lost. He feels like the job is not done yet. He can galvanize the people. We've seen it. Folks, I have done some research. I've been looking through things, trying to see what the air of the people are, how it might go down in 2 years. Because I have a strange feeling Biden's not going to run. He's not going to have the confidence of the DNC to run. So Donald Trump is probably going to be the GOP nominee. But we know he's not going to run with Pence. We know this. And as such, he's going to need a new running mate, ladies and gentlemen. But for those who forgot what the cocksucker looked like, dun 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 dun. That's Donald Trump. Just for those who forgot what he looked like. Jermaine Vining says his best bet is DeSantis. I want to move this away so y'all can see that he said that. I feel you on that, Jermaine, but unfortunately he's not going to run with DeSantis because DeSantis has presidential aspirations as well. He's going to run on the fact that he's kept Florida tight through the scam D. Even though you look at his numbers in Florida, and Florida has problems, but it's just not come up to the surface as bad right now. It'll probably show up in a year or two. And he's going to have to answer for that. Plus, he's a little too... He's like in between Trump and Pence. He's conservative, but he leaning more towards that ultra-conservative Pence. People aren't going to go for that. People still like their freedoms. No, folks. That's not going to be the ticket. Trump DeSantis, it looks great on paper. That's kind of like the 2011 Knicks, 2012 Knicks, when they got Tyson Chandler and it was him, Melo, and Stoudemire. It looked great on paper, but they're not going to gel. It'll probably blow up in their face. No, folks, I know who the ticket's going to be for the GOP. This is their best shot. Their best shot. And y'all are going to look at me crazy when I tell you this. But this is the best shot they got. Are y'all ready for this? Put a one in the chat if you're still in here, if you're ready to see who Trump is going to run with. They can't push DeSantis, bro. Tim Samore, I see what you're saying. They can't push DeSantis. He's too radical. People hate Florida. It's not going to work. Trust me when I say that. Y'all ready? I need a couple more ones. Y'all ready? I get one more one, I will reveal. There we go. I got my other one. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Kristen Noem from South Dakota. Y'all want Trump back in? He better bring her. I know niggas fell out of their chair. I get it. I get it. I get it. This is your ticket. I get it. I'm going to explain why this is good. This should be the ticket. We are in the era of the LGBT. We are in the era of indoctrination. We are in the era of Biden screwing everything up to get a 2030, because I can't say the actual term because they will ding me here. So if y'all know y'all Spanish, y'all know what I'm talking about. Tim Simone says, nah, I don't think so. That's fine. This is the ticket for the GOP. You have somebody that ran for president already, knows what's going on. He needs to signal change. And he knows that he would get enough votes if he comes out and says, I can do what Biden and Harris couldn't do. Have a man and a woman work together. So why not bring Kristen Noem with him as vice president? Now, give her flowers, even though she is white folk. She held her little state of South Dakota together during the Scam D. She did. She's a media darling for Fox News, and she don't make no waves. She doesn't say anything idiotic. I get it. Y'all don't like this ticket. I understand. I've seen people say Trump should bring Tim Scott. I said, that ain't going to work. Tim Scott cannot bring black folks over to the GOP. Not going to happen. Because they will go outside and say, yeah, you know what? I don't like Biden. I will vote for Trump. But he got to come out with a better vice president pick. And it ain't going to work. They will use that against him. He can't bring DeSantis. I already laid that out. DeSantis is too wild. He's going to be like Frank Underwood. Can't have that. We already talked about Pence. I would have said Josh Hawley, but he looked too ambitious. Trump don't need that for 4 years. Because he'll be like old boy Garcetti from The Wire. He don't need that for 4 years. This is their best shot. Biden has made old dudes look bad. People looking for a little younger candidates. Well, I said that after the election. I said whichever team loses. Well, I said it before the election. Whichever side loses, they got to get younger. Now, I know the GOP is still the good old boys, but Kristen Noem, I think, is in her early 40s. So that works. And plus, he brings her, you can bring back that electorate that voted for Trump in 2016, white women, because white women ran to Biden. You can bring her back. Not so much the blondes, but the brunettes will vote for her. So there's that, folks. So I see Trump Noem. I see that happening. That's who I'm predicting. I could be wrong. I mean, I predicted Biden and Harris back in 2019, so I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. Conservatives are pushing against Trump. Elon Musk going at him now in the background. Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. I see what Elon Musk is doing, but he's a fucking idiot. He didn't play that right. You can't go trolling Trump. That's not a smart move. We don't do that. There's a better way to troll Trump. You don't go on. Trump clapped back on him. Elon Musk can't talk for 2 weeks. Kari Lake would work better with Trump. Kari Lake wants to, she wants to be Arizona governor. She wants to shut down that border. She would be a perfect ally to turn Arizona back red. I wouldn't bring her. She's not ready. She hasn't been on that national stage like that. Kristen Noem at least has been on Fox News, and she got to talking for Trump for a few times. I think he even did. He might have done a rally in her state. So, and he always bigs her up. So that would be the perfect ticket for him if he wants a shot at the title. I'll tell you this: if Biden and Harris run again, you put Trump with Noem, they will slaughter them. I promise you. It won't even be close. This is good because it would also highlight, it wouldn't be a Sarah Palin move. Sarah Palin was stupid. She did not know how to handle national media. That was her downfall. As she didn't have the correct team around her. Kristen Noem would have Trump's team around her. She would have Kristen, I think. She would have McEnany helping coach her. It would work. It would work. It would be very interesting to see that vice presidential debate. That would be very interesting. Because Kristen Noem wouldn't be held back like Pence was. Because she can invoke Tulsi Gabbard to a certain extent because she's still a white woman. She'd have to tread very lightly. Jermaine said, but let's be real, it wouldn't take much to beat Biden and Harris. It's going to take a lot. Because we have too many people out there that would still vote for them if Trump announced that he was going to run and he got the GOP ticket. They would already be committed not to voting for him. And Biden's going to come out with that crime bill before that election. So, me personally, I see this ticket because you have Trump coming back, but now you have somebody from the Midwest that you can galvanize votes. And if he's smart, Trump goes to Josh Hawley and say, I want you to be my Secretary of State. The midterms will seal the dense fate. We'll see. I'm not really that concerned about the midterms. I'm more concerned about a lot of these governor and mayor races that are coming up. That's what I'm concerned with. Because I said, if y'all bring Stacey back, if y'all make Stacey win in Georgia, black folks are done in the South. That's a crippling hit. It's going to take us years to recover from that. So I need black folks to really pay attention to these mayor races and the governor's races because those can have a big impact on 2023 and 2024. And a couple AGs are up as well. So if y'all really want to push reparations, y'all got to make sure y'all go up to these candidates and ask them point blank, how do you feel about reparations for descendants of American slavery? Do not say black people because they will bring immigrants into it and they will be for it. Make sure you ask them, how do you feel about reparations for descendants of American slavery? Biden and Harris will be destroyed by Trump and Kristen, and I see that. I want to see the debate for this, but do believe if they win, there will be a collapse. But yeah, black folks are waking up. We'll see. We'll see. Now we move on, folks. We move on. So we have that ticket, folks. We have that ticket. That's an interesting ticket. I know everybody's like, this nigga's crazy. They might even start calling me a coon because I said that. But, folk, I also said years ago, and just like I said here tonight, that whichever side loses got to get younger. And as y'all pointed out in the chat, that Biden and Harris are not the wave. I could see them not getting a vote of confidence from the DNC. I could see it. It would be historic. It would give the legacy media something to talk about. But of course, Trump and Noem can't not have opponents in 2024 because then he would automatically be president. Now, y'all about to fall out of y'all seat because I have compiled the data, figured things out, looked up some interesting videos, and I might have predicted the DNC pick. And no, it's not going to be Roland Martin. Folks, there's only one ticket that the Democrats can pull out of their ass that would not only make it an interesting race, but damn it, we could pull off an upset. We could see an upset, because I'm not a Democrat. We could see an upset. It's the perfect counter to Trump Noem. If y'all ready to see this, put a 2 in the chat. If y'all are ready to see this. For those who are still here, of course. Put a 2 in the chat. You give me 3 2s, I will reveal it. All right, I got 1. Still got 1. I said I need 3. I know y'all fell asleep and y'all probably eating. I will give y'all a second to figure out if y'all want to see this ticket.
I'm gonna have me some fun. 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 I'm gonna have me some fun.
What was that?
Bam! Oh, I know y'all fell out of y'all seats. Y'all swerved in traffic. You just told your significant other, this nigga Kid Gravity is crazy. I got it on the screen, folks. You Negroes are going to tell the other new black media members that nigga Gravity is crazy. Y'all see who I got on the screen, folks. I told my wife this. She said I was insane. I say Matthew McConaughey will be the Democratic pick. I know y'all are looking at me like this nigga's crazy. Again, most people did not think Trump would get the nomination. But then somebody said on Twitter that this was planned so Biden could do what he does, do what he's doing. And I told him I would address it. They're partly right. They're partly right. Trump went so far to the right, they need to go back to as much as the left as they can to wash it. But they don't realize that with the left, that's what you're going to get. See, at least the conservatives are somewhat malleable. The Democrats are not. Tim Seymour said it. Conservatives love him too. He's a Texas boy. He's from Uvalde. He has the sympathy card right now, folks. And what are the California Democrats always talking about? We're going to flip Texas blue. This is their best shot at flipping Texas blue. That speech that he gave at the White House on the Uvalde shooting, I said, after he was done, I said, there's your next presidential hopeful for the DNC. You want to negate Trump being an actor? Bring an actor. You want to negate Trump's boastfulness? Bring this man and tell him to roll up in a Lincoln. He's still young. He's in good shape. And he's white. Matthew McConaughey. Because Trump can't go out and say, hey, they're bringing out actors to go against me. Negro, you are a celebrity and you became president. You opened the door. And he can have Hollywood on his side, which is very big. Like, you'll actually see actors legitimately come out for Matthew McConaughey. They will play A Time to Kill when he defended a black man. They will use that. And then show pictures of him with black folks. Samuel Jackson is his man. Now, I'm sure the DNC is probably going to see this and say, hey, that's a hell of an idea. And then if it happens, all y'all going to come and blame me. I'm just giving y'all my crystal ball. But, folks, he needs a running mate. Can't bring Kamami. That ain't going to work. On optics, that ain't going to work. Damn sure ain't bringing Tiara Mack. Can't bring Stacey Abrams because we'll have her run off the block. AOC, hell no. Ain't gonna work. He would get more hate before he steps off the private plane to the first stop. So he needs a running mate. Somebody that can help secure those votes that he's going to need. Exhibit B. Who's ready for his running mate? I won't even have y'all press a number. I'm just going to show you. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. Beto O'Rourke. There's your ticket. McConaughey O'Rourke. Two Texas boys going against the boastful New Yorker. They will fuck around and call him Texas Tornado. I'm sure the DNC will steal that and claim they created it. Know where you got it first. They will call this ticket the Texas Tornado. Beto's been itching to take another run at being president because he got destroyed back in 2019. Yes, 25 kid. You can call him the Texas two-step. I think Texas Tornado, they could sell that better. Unfortunately, this could be possible in a country that elected Ronald Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Donald Trump. If y'all remember, Zelensky used to be a dancer and an actor himself, and now he's president of Ukraine. It's not entirely impossible. But I see that ticket, folks. I see that ticket. If the Democrats really want to hold power, that's the ticket. Because I also said this years ago. For the Democrats to ever beat Trump, they need a good Christian Democrat who's good looking. Preferably from the South. A Southern Christian Democrat. There you go. What's more Southern Christian Democrat than a Texas boy? I know Texas is a Republican state, but just saying. He's enough of a Democrat to appeal to them, but he has enough conservatism in him to sell himself on the red side. And yes, it's not lost on me that y'all's dumbass black conservatives would go out and actually consider that man once he starts saying what they want to hear. Because, yes, they'll clown him for being an actor, but then when he starts to talk and he starts sounding right, then they're like, you know what, this is going to be a hell of a race. Hit my Cash App. If y'all want a hell of a race to talk about on Twitter, Matthew McConaughey and Beto O'Rourke versus Donald Trump and Kristen Noem. The Midwest gets represented. And the first ticket to talk about reparations and actually somewhat mean it will win the presidency of the United States of the free world. I promise y'all. But, folks, let me get up out of here. I'm just checking something real quick. Well. We have ourselves an exclusive, folks. Well, before I get up out of here, to hell with you, Skateboard O'Rourke. Folks, I went on Twitter just now just to see when's the last time Matthew McConaughey tweeted something. And boy, oh boy, not to steal Jason Black's thunder, but look what's the first tweet that came up. Ironically, it was a black man that put it up. Tabernacle. Matthew McConaughey hires DC lobbyists as he pushes for tighter gun laws after Uvalde shooting. Isn't that interesting? Wait, let's do this right. Fuck. There you go. And let's enter it some more. Isn't that interesting? And I just went on Twitter just now. Didn't even realize that. He hired DC lobbyists, which will be on his campaign team. Huh. Reparations in Jamaica are trending. Why is Jamaica trending? What happened? Seriously? That's why Jamaica's trending? Okay. I thought they might have had an earthquake or something, or they were talking about reparations, but whatever. But yes, folks, there's your, yeah, Matthew McConaughey hiring DC lobbyists. So he's going to run on a gun control platform. Democrats would love that. Far left would love that shit. But y'all know what to do over here in the black sectors and the new black media and B1 Society, FBA, Friedman, ADOS. Y'all know what to do. No tangibles, no vote. If they're not talking what we like, we don't go vote. We go vote for our people. We go prop up our candidates. And we upset the apple cart. But anyway, let me get up out of here. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me. I know it was a late show, but they put me on the plantation today, so I had to do this late at night by Atlanta standards, but I appreciate everyone coming out. So, show for next week. Hard Black Truth, salute. I fuck with that Freezer picture heavy. Next week, as y'all know, or you probably forgot, I will be in New York next week. I am going to that social justice summit. I got some questions. So next week, I'm going to try, this is tentative, I'm going to try, see how the schedule is, have a live show for you next week. I shall let y'all know by Tuesday. If that's possible, you will have a live show. TW Popcorn, what's up? If there is no live show next week, if I don't announce it on Tuesday, then there will be a recorded show next Thursday in that time slot. So I'm just warning y'all now. But next Saturday, on my way to on my way there, I will go live. So y'all can see, the journey for me to get there. So I'm going back home. We're going back home to the old stomping grounds. So there will be videos up on the channel of my trip back up to New York City. And, maybe I'll do a mini documentary about how different New York feels. I haven't been there in a year and a half, so we'll see. But again, like I said, just watch my Twitter space. Also watch the community tab on the channel. And I guess IG, I'm going to start posting more stuff again on IG. I will let y'all know by Tuesday evening if there's going to be a live show or am I going to tape the show and then just have it at the regular time of 3 o'clock on Thursday. But I will be, if that does happen, I will be in the room because I think we'll probably I think our flight leaves at 12. So I might still be in the air by then or just landing. So, but of course, smartphones are great. So I will be in the room interacting if that happens. But I appreciate everyone coming through. This was very good. Make sure y'all tell your friends what I said about that ticket. But there will be a clip up later or tomorrow of what I said. I need y'all to stand together next time you see that Uncle Luke room pop up and get in there and rep B1. Because I don't think he understands what B1 is. He's just fixated on FBA and ADOS. So I think it's time for B1 to make their presence felt. But yeah, everyone take care. Stay safe out there. Watch your 12369. And yeah, take Take care and stay safe. I'm out. But before we go,